Right? You got to listen to this guy here. He's talking today about LLCs from his perspective because how he's approaching it, he's talking as if LLCs, limited liability company, could be the shortcut that middle class people need, right? I'm wondering, is this good information or this just middle class misinformation? Let's check this out.
Poor people use their own credit to buy shit. Like, did you know
Okay.
rich people don't use their own personal credit? We actually
Starting off
create
okay.
LLCs and buy everything under our LLC, and we write everything off, and we live our entire lives.
All right.
I'm not even, my name ain't Victor. My name's Rancor
Okay.
Ventures. I run my entire life through that. Poor people, or people that aren't well off,
All
they run
right.
everything through their personal credit. They got their house, their cars, their cell phones. Everything's under their personal credit. When you really need to push that over into an LLC and get the benefits of having a business set up. So it's not that hard
Okay.
to set it up. I got some friends. Reach out to me. I got
All
some friends
right.
I can teach you how to
So
set up your.
now that you hear that, look at what my opinion is because there are some things that he said that most of us as working class people, we need to spot this immediately because this is significant. Check this out. Okay, now let's dissect what was just said in that previous video. So he said several things, that I just want to amplify for those of us who are middle class to get us to understand that all information that's personal development, self-improvement is not always good information depending on what season of life you're in. But hey, listen, check this out. So there was two key points that he said in that particular little clip. He said that poor people use their personal credit, rich people use business credit through their LLCs. They put everything under their LLCs, so they don't even basically use their social security number. They just use whatever their EIN and they run it and they do that kind of thing. And they make it sound so appeasing, so seductive, so sexy. LLCs. I mean, just the name that just the name LLC almost makes it feel like you got a doctorate, like a PhD. Oh man, you got an LLC on the back of your business name. I mean, they make it sound so enchanting, but so because they make it sound like that, it's hard to maneuver in your logical mind, your critical thinking mind. What is it going to take to achieve the vision that he's putting out there to you and I, right? So if he's saying that poor people use their personal credit, and it's like, what are you talking about? Because whether you are a employee or a business owner, you're still operating under the same principles of using other people's stuff, right? The company that I work for, somebody else created the company. So I'm working for somebody else's company and I'm getting a paycheck by giving my time that somebody else created, right? A business owner, when you go and get business credit, you're using somebody else's money that they have collected to fund your business. But people talk when they're in this business mode, they talk as if they're so much more higher than we are as employees. They have this thing where it's like, I've got life, you know, just, I lassoed the moon. I've got life just going in a you need to be like me. I mean, this is the energy that they're giving you, and it's misinformation, in my opinion, because somebody who don't have the mindset, don't have the emotional aptitude would listen to what this person's saying, okay, I'm gonna go out tomorrow and I'm finna immediately get my LLC. I'm going out tomorrow because I'm finna start this business. I hate my job. I'm tired of clocking in. I want to go to work when I want to. And it's like, no, you really don't understand the things that he's not telling you in that video about LLCs, that LLCs has a yearly fee that you have to pay. You have to put in minutes that you have to turn in. There's many things legally that you have to do to keep the LLC in proper order fashion. If you don't do those things, you can literally be kicked out of the status of actually having an LLC. Like here in California, there is an $800 franchise fee that you got to pay every year in LLC that he didn't say in that video. So it's a lot of information. When I say it's misinformation, there's things that they're leaving out. They're giving us headlines but leaving out the details. So now here's one of the true things that he's saying. He's saying other people's money is better than your own money, which I agree with that. Other people's money is better than my money when it comes to risk, but not when it comes to ego decisions. Ego decisions is when I am just trying to achieve a certain result because I'm trying to prove something to somebody. Most people start businesses not because they're trying to contribute to the marketplace. They're just doing it just for the title, just for the title. So that information will be, like a light lighted match on dry grass, on dry leaves for somebody who's making ego decisions. So when you hear information like that, ask yourself, what state of mind are you in? What are you hating about that job that you're working right now? And on top of that, let me ask you this. If you yourself are not maximizing your own money, I guarantee you're going to misuse somebody else's money. You're going to misuse somebody else's money. So this type of information right here will send somebody running head first into one of the biggest downfalls of their life, trying to achieve the vision of somebody who didn't give you enough information for you to even make a rational decision. And then on top of that, when you try to get the information, if you listen to the whole video, when you try to get the information, he's going to pawn you off on a third party who's going to then charge you to tell you some of the simplest things that you could have just found out on your own. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this right here is middle class misinformation, man. Misinformation. You got one. It's a series that's still going on. Hey, check it out.